What up, peeps and peepettes? MorbTron back to more Destiny 2, and today we are taking a look at the Masterwork, or the catalyst, for the Skyburner's Oath. A little bit of grinding, finally got this thing unlocked. We're going to take a look at it, see what it actually does, and go from there. So, first we're going to do some testing to see what the baseline is for the weapon. Now, what I will say is that the range for the weapon, the range stat, on this map, well, basically any scout rifle, is going to be high enough to where it doesn't really matter how far away you are. We can go for the farthest sight line in this entire map, which is right back to over here, and I can not really see where he's at right now. Let's see here. Okay, yep, now I can see him. The sun glare makes this sight line a little bit difficult. Can't see him. Might have to step out a little bit farther into the opening. There we go. Come on, numbers. There we go. Not sure why the numbers weren't popping up, but you see there 36. And then if we're right up close next to him, it's also 36. But that's not really what you're going to be using the Skyburner's Oath for, is it? Now, this thing is known for its tracking rounds, so they do something like that. Now, if he gets back in this little corner here, I'll kind of show you how that works. I'm going to stand right here this whole time. So you see I'm this far away, get a good baseline. If I aim right at him, you see it does 36. Now, if I just hip fire at him, it hits him. It doesn't crit him, though, because it has a little bit of an arc to it. Now, if I aim right at these little posts, is how we're going to get the baseline for this weapon. There we go. Still hits him for full damage. 15, 24. There we go. Hits him for 15. 15, 15. I'm hitting him with the explosion. That's all I'm hitting him with there. Here, it's not going to hit him at all. If I go back halfway in between, it's going to try to hit him, but it's not quite there. Go about a quarter of the way. Again, it's hitting him for 15, but randomly. A little bit farther, and there we go. So that's what we're going to be using the Skyburner's Oath for. You're going to use it because you can shoot people around corners. You can peek out like that. You can even just kind of jump shot, and it's going to hit them. At least a little bit. If you can hit people around corners with this thing, that's kind of the main draw. It's not the meta, but we're going to see if the catalyst changes any of that. Because we know the range stat on a scout rifle isn't really that important. Because it's a scout rifle, and as you saw there, you could map somebody with this thing without having the Masterwork even installed. Now, one other thing that I did want to check out, we're going to take a look at these little blue triangles over here. And now we're going to stand in the same spot every time. Right here in this little leaf pile. And we're going to take a look at the drop for projectiles. So here I'm aiming right there. You'll see here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little triangles up. Doesn't drop at all. It drops a little bit. Now if we get a little bit farther distance back, we can actually kind of test the drop. Let's go all the way to the fence line. Right here again. Let's aim 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. And shoot. You saw it dropped about 2 little triangles. Fairly dead on though as far as accuracy goes other than that. But of course, you know, if you shoot it just regularly, it's going to hit right where you're pointing at. There's a little bit of drop there. It's measurable. 2 little triangles down. Now let's activate the Masterwork and see if it changes that at all. So, here we go. No going back. No do-overs. Can't redo this recording now if I screw up. Let's go back to the same spot we were at. Right here. Let's take out the weapon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Did not change the droop at all of the hip-fired projectile. Now, since we increased the range, retesting the range stat isn't going to show anything about the scout rifle's range. But what range does do is it also increases aim assist, or target acquisition. So what we might be able to do here is actually hit our target for farther out. And now, that's going to be kind of the real test for the Catalyst, if it's worth it at all. Because you can always map somebody with a scout rifle, no matter what Crucible map you're on. But what makes this thing exotic is that you can do this and still hit your target. Now, can you do that at a greater distance, or is it more accurate? So we're aiming there, the same. You see that it did kind of, it seems like it is going for the target sooner. But there again, we're still getting the 15s. It's maybe a little bit more accurate. Now we're halfway. Doesn't appear to be making a bit of difference at all. So, unfortunately, for this Catalyst, kind of seems like it doesn't do much. So, use that information as you will. I know this is a shorter video, but I was just highlighting the Masterwork for this rifle. It still does what scout rifles do. It's still going to shoot people. But does the Masterwork actually do anything in a setting that actually matters? No. The only thing that the Catalyst does, at least to the stats, is increase the range. Doesn't give you more ammo. Doesn't give you any other bonuses. That's it. I mean, it generates orbs on multi-kills. It's still the same Skyburner's Oath. Now, on certain Crucible maps that have a longer sight range, it might be noticeable, but the fact of the matter is, I mean, unless you're across the entire map on the farthest sight lines, it's not going to make a damn bit of difference. So, unfortunately, this Catalyst is kind of bad. You know, you want to increase the range on something like an auto rifle or a hand cannon or anything like that, fantastic. Having a Catalyst or a Masterwork increase the range on a scout rifle, not really worth it in my opinion. But let me know what you think of these Masterwork review style videos. I know I'm not going to be doing any sort of actual gameplay. This is just a test environment testing the actual Catalyst to see what it actually does. So if you liked it, please leave a like. Positive rating is greatly appreciated. If you're new to the channel, you want to see more of my daily content, you can hit that subscribe button for me. Greatly appreciated. Don't forget to have a good day, everybody. And I'll catch you all next time.